Whenever you ask people about Indiana and just the overall aura, if you will, of that team, one word keeps coming up: confident.
Rourke winds up down the field, and it's caught inside the 10. What a throw! Kurt the Kid.
Indiana, they're a football team. You know what I mean? Like, you just say, that is a freaking football team. They know exactly who they are.
Rourke to the end zone. Touchdown, Keyshawn Williams.
I implore you to rank the resume and not the logo. Because if you do that, I think Indiana is going to be a lot higher than people think.
What are we, 10-0?
You are 10-0 for the first time in program history, Coach.
Not bad.
We're joined now by Dave Naylor. And Dave, you have followed Kurtis Rourke extensively over the years. So in addition to this game being one of the biggest for Indiana football, is this one of the biggest games for a Canadian quarterback in NCAA history?
Yeah, I think it absolutely is. In fact, if you look, there's really only one game that compares, and it's almost exactly 24 years ago when Jesse Palmer was starting for the University of Florida as the #3 team in NCAA football against Florida State. That was a 3-4 game. This one is a 5-2. They both add up to 7. So I think you can make it comparable. But really, there's been nothing in between from Jesse Palmer to today. And I think in terms of the team's importance for the game, certainly comparable. You could certainly look at Kurtis Rourke, who is a finalist for basically every major postseason award for a quarterback and also still in the running for the Heisman Trophy, and say that on an individual basis, he may have more riding on this game than maybe Jesse Palmer did 24 years ago, who had played 4 years at Florida. But certainly it's the only one that comes out as a comparable for a Canadian quarterback on this big a stage in college football.
Now, depending on the outcome of this game, Indiana could still possibly make the playoff with a loss, because Ohio State would be one of those quality losses, so ranked against a high-ranked opponent. But if they win, for Kurtis Rourke, what would this mean for his future overall?
This would be massive, I think, because one of the questions about Kurtis Rourke coming out of the Mid-American Conference is you don't play on the road in front of 102,000 people like he's going to do Saturday at Ohio State. Just the attention, the buzz, the pressure, how he responds to all of that, as he has very well so far this season. Also, he's going in and facing the #2 defense in all of college football. If he can go in and put up a strong performance, it is going to open a lot of eyes. It's also going to open the next month or so of the college football playoff to Indiana, where, again, he's going to get more attention, more pressure, more opportunity to prove himself. Kurtis Rourke right now in a lot of rankings is kind of looking like a mid-round draft pick. But I think when you look at the potential of what he could do over the next month or 6 weeks, and then play that into the offseason as well, there's certainly lots of room for him to improve his stock before we get to April.
Well, lots of reasons to watch this weekend as the Hoosiers put that 10-0 record to the test.